am Robert Saviola, sitting in sunny Florida, overlooking the Dolphins playing on the Gulf of Mexico at John's Pass. And a lot to talk about today. I know you're having a great show with Eric and Mike right now, but let me just add a couple of my 2 cents in here for a moment. I want to start with how we've become this far, how we got to where we are today. It started a long time ago, and it was a slippery slope. And we started allowing our government to dictate to us how we should think and feel. It was one suggestion compounded with another, And every time you lay down a suggestion, every single time, and you say the suggestion again, it grows in strength, okay? So it's compounding one over the other. So his suggestion has a strength of 10. Once you compound it, now it's got 10 times 10, it's 100. And you compound it again, now it's 1,000. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's something to do with hypnosis there, if you want to learn a little bit about compounding suggestions. Well, we've been suggested how we should think, how we should live, and I'll give you a perfect example. Let's take a look at the DWI laws that are out there, okay? There should be no such thing as driving while intoxicated law, because the purpose of the law was to arrest you before you committed a crime. If you could wrap your head around that. You see, in the old days, to ride a horse if you were drinking or something like that, there was no big deal. And then when you got automobiles, if you were drinking, that was no big deal either. It was hardly even noticeable. Back then, they didn't really care. You see, you're over 21. You make your own decisions. You're in charge of your life. Well, the government seemed to think that they can make money off of this. And so what they did is they hypnotized everybody to believe that you were an evil person if you were to drink and drive. Now, I know this sounds atrocious to you, and I know you think I'm so far off, and it's okay to think that because you've been hypnotized to think that. It's not even you using your common sense. But when you think about it, if you get in an accident and you hurt somebody, and you break a law, and you hurt somebody, that's one thing, okay? But to arrest you, have you go through the court system, possibly put you in jail before you break the law by having something to drink that hinders your, supposedly hinders your driving ability. That's where the problem comes from. I don't know if you can wrap your head around this or not, but many people here can drink that 0.08 limit and not even be feeling a buzz, be totally fine driving, but yet they'll still be arrested and put away. And people are thinking, well, how about all those pictures of those little kids that got killed and those people got killed by drunk drivers? There was a drunk driver that did it. Well, that's breaking the law. That's where you can be arrested for driving your car improperly. That's where you should be going to jail. But you can't prevent an accident beforehand by just arresting people. And that's what I'm trying to. It hasn't really helped. It still happens. You can't safeguard the world. You can't put regulations on light bulbs, and you can't put regulations in your house, and you can't put regulations on everything to make you safe. It's not going to work. There's no such thing as safety. There's no such thing as guarantees, and you've been hypnotized to believe that there is. And the sad part about the whole thing is there isn't. But today and the rest of this week, go out and do something kind for somebody else. Better yourself each and every day, because it starts here inside your heart and with yourself. Just do the right things. Now, I'm not saying people should drink and drive. You're over 21, you should know not to. But the government should not be locking you up, and you should not have the government taking your money or your house away if you make a mistake or do something wrong, if you're driving under the influence. I remember when I was a kid, I drove when I had liquor in me. I never got in an accident once. Never hurt anybody, never did anything. Was I one of the lucky ones? No, I'm able to drive. I haven't had a drink in years. I don't care about drinking. But it's just choices, man. And think about it. I really want you to think about what I'm saying here. You've been hypnotized to believe things should be a certain way, and so you adopted those beliefs, and nobody can talk you out of them, and you think they're right. But if you ever sat down and really listened, man, you're off base. Anyway, back to you, Eric. Have a great show. God bless each and every one of you. I'll be back next week. Bye-bye.